Well, I saw the movie last night. It was great. If you were to write a book about your own lives, what would readers be surprised to learn?
You know, honestly, in a lot of ways, this experience making this movie with Brian.
Damn it, I was going to say that.
You were?
I really was.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, what some actors might see as mundane, even doing this press junket, for us is a dream to be here today.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I got to work with my best friend.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, this script, you guys wrote it, or you co-wrote it.
I co-wrote it with Lee, my writing
Sternthal.
partner, Sternthal.
And it took this long to make, so why was it so important to you?
It was just a story that we could always come back to. It was a story we believed in. It was a story that...
A story that got a lot of love over the years. Because I remember reading it and saw a reading of it 12 years ago. And, you know, as a struggling writer, he would constantly get people who we respected who would say, you know, you have something special here. So it kept the, you know, the energy.
Always almost come together and then fall apart or whatever. And then
he would call me and say, we're going to make the words and this person's going to play all these parts. And I was like, oh my God, you know, that's awesome.
Because you wanted to be in the movie back 10 years ago, right? But you were
no.
like, I won't be.
I never even thought about it.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was never an option. We talked about it as a project that he and Lee were going to do. And it wasn't until more recently, like the past couple of years, that they said, maybe you want to play Rory.
Well, what I loved was Dora and Rory's relationship, and I feel like she has this undying love for him, and she supports him in and out no matter what. Is there anyone in your life who does that for you?
This guy. Honestly. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. And, yeah, I mean, I always felt like I had an ace in the hole, that my best buddy is in the same profession that I am, living in the same town, dealing with the same struggles. You know, when it was ever, like, you know, the dark, dark moments, the phone call goes to him.
Yeah. And you?
Exactly the same.
Really?
I mean, truly, and Lee, you know, I mean, having friends that are
Sternthal.
like, having friends that you've had for that long, you're pretty lucky to have them to call and, like, kind of guide you.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys hope that people take away from this movie? Is there a message that you want them to take away? And what was your interpretation of the ending?
You know, it's up for grabs, the interpretation of the ending. But, you know, hopefully they'll take away an experience that's provocative and conversation inducing, you know, and then because it's hopefully you can relate to Rory. And it's not just a stock character.
Hopefully there's some empathy for him, and hopefully people will walk away wanting to discuss and ask questions of what would you do, how would you feel, what happens. You know, there's a lot of questions to come out of it.
And it's a terribly romantic movie too.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, talking about relatabiliness, have you gotten away with anything in your life that you kind of were shocked by or secretly happy about?
Somehow I have this overwhelming feeling consistently that I'm tricking people, just in general. You know, sometimes I have that feeling.
It's weird, and sometimes Brian doesn't know it, but I'll walk into his house and he'll be going,
yeah, very.
Yeah, just like in the corner.
Very.
And I always think, what's he doing?
Just practicing my villain laugh. It's not a big deal, but.
Can you demonstrate?
Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird. Like I'll be like, I gotta go to the bathroom quick, and I'm like, hey, do you want?
With these plans that will rule the world.
Yeah.